Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and sometimes I wonder why no one talks about the goofiest things on the internet. So I'm gonna rip the band-aid off and exactly tell you what's going on. This is Operation Endgame. Oh, now if you look at the top headers, the Avengers of the world's federal governments and hacking teams, actually the world police has basically come together to stop a bunch of crazy hackers. And you know what I love is when my tax money, the checks that I write to the Internal Revenue Service, goes towards paying for stock footage and editing together some of the cringiest stuff out there. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the endgame. International law enforcement and partners have joined forces. We have been investigating you and your criminal undertakings for a long time, and we will not stop here. You know what I love? It's like back in the day when like the feds were going after somebody. It was pretty much hush-hush, you know? It wasn't until like after the handcuffs were put on, you know, they had a press release and they were like, oh, we got him, boys. Now it's like, we're hunting you down, boy. We're gonna find you, buddy. And they're running an entire season of it, like an online little like hype campaign. It's crazy, dude. It's like, you know what I love? I love federal police versus hacker drama, okay? Nothing is more exciting than watching keyboard warriors going at it, okay? The motherfucking chair force, one is entirely on this, dude. This is season 1 of Operation and Stay tuned. It sure will be exciting. Maybe not for everyone, though. Some results can be found here. Others will come to you in different and unexpected ways. When the SEALs bust through your door and put 2 in the chest and 1 right in the head. Feel free to get in touch. You might need us. Oh no. Oh no. Surely we could both benefit from an open-hearted dialogue. You would not be the first one, nor will you be the last. Think about your next move. So they're also specified why, so think about what they're doing. It's like some weird form of psychological operations. Now, if you thought, you know, writing up a page was enough, that's not enough to warrant a video for me. Because some of that money has been spent towards editing together some really scary introductions. So for instance, right here is their pilot video, which we're gonna listen through because it's a doozy. Ooh, so here it is. Oh no, that's a ransomware. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Did you think we weren't on to you? And there's some stock footage of people, you know, in an office. And of course, somebody launching software. And this is footage of obviously the feds taking over servers from all over the world and scrubbing us clean of actual ransomware actors. Wrong. Wrong what? The domain has been seized. Through the international cooperation of Operation Endgame, a series of coordinated attacks to dismantle services have been carried out. So this is an actual real operation. Like, this is not something somebody just came up with. Like, there's actual agencies behind it. A lot of your tax money, if you represent any of these countries, actually went towards paying for this graphic. And if you know graphic design, it ain't cheap. Now, of course, one of the things about it, too, is they've got a countdown of like 3 days. So this whole story isn't over. And of course, there's multiple seasons and episodes of this, and they're like a minute long. So I guess we might as well watch it, okay? This is Green Horse. Let's just play and see what this is about, boys. Operation Endgame. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we know it's Green Horse. Okay, you don't have to like highlight it in. So here they've got like an actual animated, you know, image of what appears to be, I think these are just like Russian hackers operating their net. Now, I imagine this is commissioned art, and it almost seems a little bit AI to me, but to be fair, it's just them discussing how they operate these things, you know, sitting in their gamer hovels and calling it a day. Oh, here's the endgame badass sitting in and hitting that big takedown. This is how cybersecurity officers actually act. They got a big takedown button ready to go. Oh my god, dude. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what your money is going towards, okay? This man's already bleeding out of his eyeballs. I think the Russian mob already showed up trying to get their money, already put 2 right in the head. So obviously this is episode 2, Connection Lost, okay? 52 seconds long, so thankfully these aren't like mega massive episodes. We can kind of go through these. Obviously I think they're going to be releasing a whole lot more, but obviously It's just more focusing on Russian hackers and, of course, the Ukrainian hackers that exist out there, which there have been some arrests, which we'll actually get into. But yeah, a lot of this is just stock footage nonsense of them basically going over how they effectively took down tons of these botnets. And of course, this is season 3, which by far is the funniest. Hello, my name is Odd.
And these are different nicknames he used during the past few years. Odd was responsible for Emotet. Emotet was taken down by law enforcement.
Oh no! Dude, they do not prep you for this, man. The dude's got the plastic bag. There's no way the stock footage exists. This had to have been filmed.
He wanted to return, but got taken down quite fast again. Who knows what Odd is doing right now? What nicknames does he use? Who is he working with? What is his current product? Who is Odd?
Who is he?
Please get in touch with us and let us know.
Give us a call. Get in touch with us. And of course, they have like a Telegram channel. So if you want to get in touch and start leaking on people, you want to start like basically turning state pretty much. That's what it's designed for. Now, obviously, this is all the episodes so far. And I'm sure in the next 3 days, there's going to be some wild banging stuff that basically comes out. Now, obviously, this is something that I feel a fair amount of people have been talking about. Like, I've seen some posts on Reddit about it, too, where, again, one of the actual users on r/clandestine operations writes, Operation Endgames takes down malware operations around the globe. A major botnet operator is arrested. Ticketmaster's massive data breach is confirmed. And so is Google's SEO algorithm leak, which if you want me to talk about the Google algorithm leak, which is super duper fun, let me know. And of course, it starts talking about a whole bunch of extra things. Look, behind the scenes of cybersecurity and cyber warfare, there's a new thing happening every day. If my channel was only focused on this, I would have a story every single day to cover, and each of them would absolutely be bangers. So to understand, let's go through the entire website here and read more about what they're basically showing. So they've actually got some press releases where they say, listen, okay, so there are some press releases, for instance, where, of course, according to Europol, they've actually done and taken down a few botnets around the world with this dropper malware ecosystem. International Operation shuts down droppers, including Ice-T, System BC, Pickabot, Smokeloader, and Bumblebee, leading to 4 arrests and takedowns of over 100 servers worldwide. So to understand, this is not just some cringe stuff. This is actually a situation where 4 arrests have happened, 1 in Armenia, 3 in the Ukraine. You've got 16 locations searched and 100 servers that have been taken down or at least disrupted across Bulgaria, Canada, Germany, Lithuania, the Netherlands, Romania, Switzerland, and the UK, the US, and Ukraine, and 2,000 domains under the control of actual law enforcement right now. But what's really insane about it too is when you look into this stuff, you'll find out that one of the main suspects in this has earned apparently 69 million euros in cryptocurrency by renting out criminal infrastructure sites to deploy ransomware. So literally man-in-the-middle type of shit, okay? Fixer stuff. The suspect's transactions are constantly being monitored, and legal permission to seize these assets upon future actions have already been obtained. So this person that earned millions of dollars, like enough money to not just retire, but to like generationally set up the rest of their family for multiple generations, that's all gone, okay? The feds have been working night and day to basically run Operation Endgame. And in their mind, this is the fucking endgame. This is where it all leads to. And these kind of this whole war that's been going on in the shadows, that's supposed to end literally in the next few days, okay? Or at least severely hampered to the point where some of these people just do not want to operate. So one of the actual releases here was, no one is untraceable, not even online. You always leave traces, as was again proven in this operation. So if you read stuff like this, like the actual feds are having a field day with this stuff. They're having a fun time making this look like it's some Hollywood movie. So several botnets, like they said, have been dismantled. So again, botnets are basically computers that have been enslaved and are doing requests for, all these hacking groups around the world, right? So generally when you see, servers being taken down or malicious activity being done at a mass scale, it's because a lot of computers have been compromised, botnets are running. Hey, remember that Windows XP video I made like, a week ago? That computer or that virtual machine was part of a botnet for a very short amount of time. These are basically zombie armies of computers that are basically commanded by a hacking group to do God knows what over the internet. And by dismantling them, you take away a lot of processing powers and capabilities of these hacking groups to do serious damage. And of course, as we've just read, over 50 million euros worth of actual damage was occurring just from one of the suspects. So during a joint action by international law enforcement agencies and judicial authorities, several botnets that played a key role in cybercrimes were dismantled. 4 arrests were made and 16 premises were searched worldwide. So what they said is many of the victims were not aware of the infection of their systems. So people, who were actually part of the botnet had no fucking clue that they were assisting in criminal activities. And that makes sense. Nobody really would know. Some of these botnets and some of this malware was probably sitting on people's computers without actually being detected or had ran in a very stealth fashion. There is a very real possibility. Now, I don't want to freak you guys out, but you could have malware running on your system right now if you've been downloading or have been part of shady things on the internet. No judgments, but that's just how scary and sophisticated some of the malware that's out in these day and ages. So, of course, what they said is Operation Endgame does not end today. New actions will be announced on this website. So if you find this interesting, please bookmark operationendgame.com, okay? This is literally the feds having a field day with this kind of shit. So, okay, cringy videos aside, one of the things that I wanted to showcase is because of these, releases, because of these actual takedowns, there have been new people added to Europol's most wanted fugitives. Now, this is so goddamn hilarious. So, for instance, if you look at the actual people on this list, you'll find out some of these people are, wanted for murder, grievous bodily injury, and some are wanted for illicit trafficking in narcotics, drugs, and psychotropic substances. So on this list, you've got murderers, serious, dangerous, wanted criminals, drug bosses, and of course, they've added a few new fugitives, 8 of them in fact, and they're the hackers in the situation. So I kind of love how they have like the Matrix stand in the background to visually denote that, listen, you got the drug bosses there, then you got the keyboard warriors here. We don't want to get you, we don't want to get you confused. It's like, yeah, this is a computer hacker. This guy right here, yeah, that dude's dangerous. You got to watch out for this. So makes sense. Now, if you look into this person's list over here, you'll find out this guy's like 25 years of age. The online alias they went with is Core. And of course, to give you an idea of what they've been wanted for, right over here, they are wanted for suspected membership in a foreign criminal organization. So this person is suspected to have contributed or is an essential part to the execution of global cyber attacks as a member of the group behind TrickBot in particular. It is suspected that the wanted person under the pseudonym Core acted as a crypter and in this capacity ensured that the malicious code was disguised in order to remain undetected by antivirus scanners. So this whole person's job was to basically make sure the malware was never going to be detected until the very, very end, until Operation Endgame became a thing. So to understand and to bottle it back in, this is a massive cybersecurity operation that's been occurring in the background for the last few days. And it's not just a background operation. This is one where it is hundreds of servers are being taken down. All these groups are being targeted at the same time. And it's not just the FBI, it's a whole bunch of organizations. Now, granted, their advertising is very cringe, very, very cringe. We're talking like, stock footage levels of super cringe. You might as well leave the goddamn watermarks at this point. But ultimately, the intent is good, to stop serious criminals. And again, some of these organizations, they have no fucking morality. If they want to go after a children's hospital for fuck's sake, they will. So obviously, there's the good guys fighting against the bad ones. I just think it's hilarious that we're openly taunting criminals. Like, there's actually a back and forth. Now, that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of internet hacker drama for today. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe I will revisit this in 3 days if any of y'all are interested to see just how Operation Endgame ends. But for now, I'm surprised nobody's really talking about this, but I would imagine that a lot of people in the YouTube, world, people in the commentary space are more concerned with things more relevant to them. I'm the only guy with computer experience, so for me, looking at this kind of stuff was just hilarious. But yeah, I wanted to introduce this to you because so cringe, dude. Anyways, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.